Oh, Avatar. Oh, Avatar. Oh, 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 oh. Didn't know I was being recorded here. Sorry about that. Let me adjust myself. Zip. Alright, welcome, Hordlings, finally, to the contest result video. Sorry it's been so long. I've been real busy and lazy. Both those words have a Y in them, which is why they go together so nicely. I wanted to do something a little different, and normally I don't put my face on YouTube because, well, for instance, I don't have a tripod or anyone else to hold the camera 9 times out of 10. So now you're going to sit on top of my router, which means every time I hit the table, the camera's going to shake. One day I'll invest in such nice toys. But the reason I want to do this is because I was looking over the comments, and a lot of them are, they're pretty funny. And I just thought I'd do kind of like a little vlog episode where we kind of talk about some of the different LPs that I've done, some of the more popular ones for you guys, and you know, kind of turn it into a little vlog or blog. I don't fucking know. It's a video log, so it's a vlog, right? It's not a B-log. It's not a bitch log. All right, so we got retrospective gaming. His favorite was Balloon Fight, which I find interesting because while I did have a lot of fun playing that game, I wouldn't consider it my favorite LP, and I wouldn't consider it a favorite LP of you guys, but I guess the smack talking that I did during that video was funny for retrospective gaming. Andy Plays What says the Quest for Infamy was his favorite LP. Not only were you really funny, but you were in the game. Yes, it was the first game that I ever voice acted in before I actually did an LP and recorded it on YouTube. The creator, Blackthorn, contacted me and asked me to be in it. And of course I said yes. I mean, you're fucking kidding me? So, yeah, I had a lot of fun with Quest for Infamy, especially looking for my character and finally hearing his voice. And if you've seen the LP, you kind of get the gist for how excited I got. But yeah, I can see that. The Quest for Glory series are also real popular LPs that I do. Psyart, Baldur's Gate Enhanced. Well, that kind of goes without saying. I put a lot of love and labor into the Baldur's Gate series. While not being the best Baldur's Gate player at all, considering I hadn't played it since it originally came out. But we got quite a lot of comments that also identified Baldur's Gate as being their favorite Let's Play, and I understand that. There's a lot of voice acting. There's a great role-playing game there. I did the Baldur's Gate song. Then we have Baldur's Gate 2, and then I did the Baldur's Gate solo play, which even some of your comments touched in on liking the Low Wing playthrough, which I think I had more fun with that just because I've never played it with one character, and I had to really utilize Low Wing's backstab ability, his hide ability, kind of a hit and run technique. So that was a lot of fun. Shane Ariel, he likes the Inquisitor. I like the Inquisitor too, and some fucking day I'm gonna finish it. Someday. A lot of great dialogue, almost overburdened with dialogue on Inquisitor. There's a good meaty game there. I think the combat suffers a little bit. It's a little too difficult on a normal level where you need to like hit and run and rest and come back when your health is regenerated, and then I don't know if any of that's been fixed. I haven't played it in 17 fucking centuries, but I will finish Inquisitor before I die, unless a fucking plane crashes into my house today and kills me. Time Team 1982, his favorite LP is the Tex Murphy games. Those are great games. I plan on getting Tesla Effect started sometime in the next decade, so stay tuned for that. He also was thankful that I showed the Broken Sword 5 box set. He was worried it was going to be cheap, and so was I, but, you know, I had to get it for the collection. Max, favorite LP, Tex Murphy. I also mentioned Darkstar and the Ripper, which I probably wouldn't have ever done the Ripper game this early, except Drain Blute, one of the subscribers here, turned me on to Ripper and said, you know, you gotta do it. It's got Christopher Walken and John Rhys Davis and all these cool motherfuckers in it. So that's why I got the Ripper done a lot earlier than I probably would have. Plus, I've kind of been on this FMV trip for a while. So, and Darkstar, that's the only LP I've ever seen on YouTube of Darkstar. So of course that was a given. Had to be done. Dreamfall. Kara L. Dreamfall is a awesome game, and I'm looking forward to the Kickstarter that should be being... Hey! I'm trying to do a vlog! Why don't you shut the fuck up? Little loudmouth bitch. Dreamfall Kickstarter coming out soon. Also mentions the Ravenloft LPs. Ravenloft, of course, is one of my more favorite old school, first person, party based, well, four party based RPGs. Boy! Get the fuck over here. Everyone say hi to the Growler. He won't shut the fuck up, and I'm going to have to kick his ass out of the room, so now you have to stay up here with Daddy. Alright. Cinnamon Spider has to say Space Quest 3 is her favorite. Cinnamon Spider is, of course, the lovely young lass that sent me the Lug Lug Stitch doll, which I still have packed away nice and safely, I might add. I still talk about that doll to this day. It's probably one of the best gifts I've ever been given, besides the buttloads of beer and hot sauce, because that always takes the cake. But no, seriously, the Lug Lug doll is amazing, and I'll take this moment to thank Cinnamon Spider for that once again. And she also mentions the Rage output for Astro Chicken in Space Quest 3. If you haven't seen that video, and you're not used to my foul mouth, then don't watch that video, because I pretty much go off. And you can tell it's a ridiculous rant. It's completely fake, but it's pretty funny. Technophobic says Tex Murphy. Also, Tex Murphy is a popular vote. Thomas Milligan picked Crusader No Remorse. And I had a lot of fun playing that game. I love pretty much 95% of all the games Origin made. Crusader No Remorse was probably one of the earlier Origin games that I played, and then of course No Regret to follow. So yeah, I think Crusader No Remorse is a good pick. 271828 and a bunch of other fucking numbers. He picked Neverwinter Nights. Neverwinter Nights was another popular one. There's a lot of dialogue, a lot of interaction, a lot of improv voice that I did in that one, and plus it was over 100 videos after the expansions. So I think that's a solid pick as well. Dark Sun 1. That was probably one of the biggest. Joseph Carmody, by the way. Picked Dark Sun 1. Because the creation of Lug Lug, which I totally agree with. And by the way, you might not be able to see it, but I have my Lug Lug shirt on. And also, just Dark Sun is just an excellent RPG, so. Shut up! I'm gonna fucking knock your ass out. Jesus Christ. Can't get a moment's peace in here. Won't take much either. Bitch. Alright, Tempest 1. Favorite LP, Ultima 7. Ultima 7 was another popular pick. And by all means it should be. Tempest 1 says, I grew up on the Ultima series, so hearing all the story I missed out when I was too impatient to read is simply awesome. Yeah, there's lots of good dialogue. The story is excellent. The combat was even cool for the day. The kind of real-time combat that you could interject actions and manipulate the different characters, and just the multitude of magic that you would find. I remember one of the biggest things that drew me to the Ultima world, especially 6 and 7, was that, you know, you'd be rummaging through a room and you'd move a chair or a backpack or some burnt boards, and there would be a key, or there'd be a bag under it, and you open the bag and then there's this gold bars and magic swords, and just little things like that really made the game awesome. You could kill like the little friendly animals running around the town, which I thought was cool just because it lets you do things that most games of that convention wouldn't let you do back in the day. So yeah, I mean, it's just a culmination of all the different things in that game that made it so amazing. Zypher 357. Dark Sun or Arcanum? Arcanum was another popular one. Of course, Dark Sun was. The Arcanum LP I did, of course I played it twice at the same time. I did the Wicked playthrough with the Ronstock the Wizard, and I did the Lovable Lug Lug, the Dim-Witted Ogre playthrough. And I had a lot of fun doing that. I think that was one of the first games where I did a little quick mini Lug Lug song. I'm pretty sure that was his first. I forget what video that is, but if you check my playlist, I actually have a playlist dedicated to the musicals that I've done, and I'm pretty sure it's in there. I try to put, anytime I do a little goofy guitar song, I put it in that musical folder, just so if you just want to go back, and sometimes I like to go listen to how retarded I am as well, so I'll just click on that playlist and bam, there you go. Kai 656, Divinity Original Sin, which of course I need to get back into. It's been too long. Again, I've been busy, and also since it's October, I like to throw up a couple horror spooky games. So of course we've done Seventh Guest and Sanitarium. So Divinity Original Sin, having a lot of fun with that. He also mentions the Borderlands and multiplayer, which we're on the General Knox DLC now, and me and Jack and Drain are gonna finish that very soon and finish the Claptrap, and then I'm gonna be looking for some players for Borderlands 2. Might have some new people in on that actually, so we can kind of rotate it. So if you're interested, let me know. If not, we got plenty of people already that want to do it. But I would like to start doing some, getting some of you other people that are interested in being in an LP, multiplayer LP, and get you going in that. Bad Wolf 359 picked Fallout New Vegas. I got a lot of good feedback from New Vegas, and I'm looking forward to doing the original Fallout 3 as well as Fallout 1 and 2. Of course, those are fairly long RPGs, so I really need to wrap up. I'm getting close to finishing Baldur's Gate 2 expansion, and then I'm gonna focus some Wasteland 2 and some Divinity and get those done. I'm really not going to be starting any other RPGs until those three are done. And obviously we have Ultima 8 coming in, with the D&D Warriors of the Eternal Sun are sitting there next in line. Galigakba, I don't fucking know, however you say your name. Ultima 7, because it's the best game ever made. Allied with the funniest Game Hoarder LP. YOLO Your Thief, who I call Iolo for probably the first 30 videos. Disciple of the Web also picked Ultima 7. Mad Dog 15. Ravenloft, another vote for Ravenloft. David Donnarummo picked Divinity. Also looking forward to doing the earlier Divinity games. I believe there's 3 of them. Divinity, Beyond Divinity, and I Fucked Your Mom Vinity. But yeah, I'm going to get back to doing all the earlier stuff as well. So that should be interesting. By the way, I am actually shooting this while I'm working. So I might have to go off camera and answer questions. It's also 8 o'clock in the morning. I've only been up, so that's probably why, you know, I don't have none of my makeup on. I'm having a bad hair day. So, pardon me for looking like shit. Valkyron. Heretic, he's watched the Heretic LP about 3 times now. Lots of high points and low points and a few memorable angry moments. There's one of the videos where I'm fighting a Cyber Minotaur or whatever the fuck they are in that game, the Minotaur enemy. And I just keep dying and dying and dying. And I just go on a rage rampage in that. And so look for that if you haven't seen that LP. I'd say between Astro Chicken and Space Quest 3 and that Minotaur fight, that's probably the 2 most foul-mouthed videos that I've done out of the 4,000 videos I've uploaded. Eli M. He, let's see. He's got quite the rant here. I remember the time I discovered your channel, Game Hoarder. I've always enjoyed watching other play video games, yet YouTube has a problem with spamming LPers who focus on new releases. I've only seen PewDiePie once, and after realizing that he's actually not a retard playing video games, I continued searching for a worthwhile LPer. After watching a speedrun of Fallout 1, I clicked on a link for a game I never heard of, Fallout Tactics. I figured I would keep watching older Fallout games since they're quite enjoyable. Little did I know that what diamond I would find, the most memorable introduction to an LP I've ever come across. Sorry, burp. I hope that doesn't bother you too fucking much. The big reason I'm doing this is because A, this game is fucking awesome, and B, if you look around a little bit on YouTube, you'll notice that everybody else's Let's Play of this version sucks donkey balls. And that's, of course, a quote from the video that I started on Fallout Tactics. I was hooked. Add in all the great classic LPs in your channel along with the shenanigans of Booze Couch and the kind of voice acting that would make a Hollywood Jew see dollar signs makes your channel the most entertaining on YouTube. I enjoy your LPs, but if it weren't for Fallout Tactics, I probably would have stumbled upon your channel much later on rather than sooner. So on that long note, my favorite LP is Fallout Tactics. That was a fun game. Arbiter Liberia, or Libera, picked Neverwinter Nights, Perp, a traitor, perpetrator. Oh, I get it. Baldur's Gate, Getter77. Always shouting out to Getter77. He basically, if anything new is coming out, he tells me about it. Nothing gets past this motherfucker, and therefore nothing gets past the Game Hoarder. He is my tunnel to the outside world that I usually don't have time to get to myself. He finds a lot of hidden gems that will be seen in the future, things I've never brought up or mentioned, games I've never heard of. I actually have links to all the stuff that he brings up because most of it looks like shit that I'll want to do in the future, but, you know, there's 1,000 games I could do right now. I could name them, too, at the top of my head. Bitch. The Cryptic Metaphor. Get it? Metaphor. And, yeah. So, Legend of Carandia. That's an excellent first 2 games. I wasn't a big fan of Legend of Carandia 3, Malcolm's fucking Revenge or whatever it is. I just didn't feel like a Carandia. I didn't like the change in the graphics. I love that the first 2 Carandias just had amazing, crisp, vibrant colors, and the graphics were phenomenal. But regardless, they're great. They're great games. I'm going to go way back and say Legend of Carandia, and why is because I remember playing that game when I was 6 or 7, and I could not for the life of me get past the frozen part where you get abducted by the abominable snowman. I love to see someone who doesn't sound like a queer who rubs their dick at night with a piece of rabbit fur. That's true. I use bear fur. Love you, Game Hoarder. Congrats on the awesome milestone. Top Dog 72. Ravenloft. Strahd's Possession. Awesome game. Just Song 2004. The Wolf Among Us. More of a modern Telltale game. Great game. Had a lot of fun playing that. Kind of fits the atmosphere, the tone for my channel quite well. There's plenty of F-bombs built into the game, so me dropping a few F-bombs outside of the game doesn't really affect the gameplay. Zan 2008 picked Icewind Dale 2. I watched it 2 times already, and I really fell in love with the characters you created, and the voice acting on this one is awesome. But the real reason for watching it over and over is the mix of your comments while you play the game and story. Thank you, Zan 2008. Thank all of you, by the way, for all your great comments here. I really appreciate kind of getting the feedback from you guys and gals on your favorite Let's Plays and why you started watching the channel, why you stayed with the channel. It means a lot to me. Kiprosov, my Alucard. Yeah. His favorite LP is Phantasmagoria because of the song Booty Call. Troy Osorio. His favorite LP was Harvester. Good old Harvester, what can I say? That game was so fucked up. If you haven't seen my Harvester Let's Play, or let alone never heard of the game, I would highly, highly recommend going to my playlist and checking this fucking masterpiece out. It is sadistic, just strange, abstract. It's a crazy adventure game. You never know what's going to happen in a video. It's one of my earlier ones as well, so it was an interesting experience. And yeah, so Harvester, that was sent to me from a subscriber. Actually sent me a new copy of that. I can't remember who or the name, but thank you. And the LP is probably one of my LPs that has more views than any other LP. And probably because not a whole lot of people have done Harvester. It's got crazy FMV sequences. It's just, it's a nutty game, and it's well worth watching once. Steve Carr picked Star Control 2. Star Control 2 is probably my favorite sci-fi-ish space game of all time. I mean, you just have all these different planets that you can scour the surface for resources. You have the upgrading of the ship. You have the different alien races you get to interact with. It's just action, strategy. You know, there's a role-playing theme there that it's part of the thematic experience. It's just got it all. And I had a great time playing the original and then doing the HD remake or whatever upgrade version. Also mentions he's waiting on the Castlevania second half. Well, here's what happened with that. I originally recorded that Castlevania, and I was trying to, of course, do the whole Let's Play without dying, like my Contra. And when I got to the beginning, the start of the last level that left off, I did do a save state there because I forget why, but I had to stop playing. And so I never got to do a complete playthrough without save states or pausing or anything. But I wanted to come back and do the second half. Well, that save state got eradicated, so now I got to start back at level 1 and get back to that level without dying at least. But I really would like to just do it non-stop without being interrupted from outside sources and just do it from beginning to end. So I haven't been practicing too much lately. I can still get to that stage without dying, but man, I have the hardest time with that Grim Reaper motherfucker. So I think what I'm going to need to do is get to him with like the triple shot holy water, because I've seen videos where you can just cheap shot the shit out of them. So that's what I'm working on. I'll get it done someday. It'd be great to do it this October. Might be 2015 though. Manny22, Warcraft Orcs and Humans, great game. One of the first RTSs I ever played. That and Command and Conquer. I'll be looking at doing, of course, Command and Conquer, Warcraft 3 soon, the Warcraft 2 expansion when I gather the courage, the Dune RTS series. Zach70 picked Leisure Suit Larry and Eye of the Beholder, and of course Torment has a spot in his heart. Probably the best RPG ever. I won't argue with that. Very much looking forward to the new Torment Numenera Kickstarter. I poured quite a lot of cashola dough into that. That's the most expensive Kickstarter I backed personally. People bothering me while I'm trying to vlog. Leisure Suit Larry. Great games, great adventure games, great Sierra games, great classic point click slash parser. Parser being the earlier method where you have to type in everything. Those are all excellent games. Leisure Suit Larry has a place in a lot of people's hearts that are my age and that grew up in that era. Eye of the Beholder, probably if I had to pick one first-person RPG dungeon crawler of all time, it would be Eye of the Beholder 2. For a lot of reasons, I don't want to get too much into it because we have a long way to go. And of course, Legend of Grimrock is a remake, or not a remake, but you know, a re-envisioning of that type of game. Have a lot of fun with Grimrock as well, which I know is a few of you's top 10 LPs. But Eye of the Beholder just is beautiful, crisp graphics for the time. You know, the great colors, the different monsters. Of course, I was a big D&D nerd, still am, but just all the elements of the game. You know, there was nothing linear about Eye of the Beholder. You could go here, this dungeon. 2 introduced the outside elements outside of the dungeon, which I thought was phenomenal for the time. Just really gave you a sense of the world. Walter Critz picked Leisure Suit Larry VGA because it's the first LP of yours I watched. I also love the way you voiced the characters and came up with goofy songs. Tyler Fisher, favorite LP, Might and Magic. Oh man, Might and Magic. You know, that's my favorite LP too. My most favorite LP that I just can't fucking finish. I haven't done that in quite a while, any videos for Might and Magic, but I have a lot of fun with the Might and Magic series, and I think about Might and Magic at least on a weekly basis. I'm like, alright, I'm going to sit down and finally finish and get this game done. And it's just so intimidating with the non-linearity of the game, and I don't even know where I'm at this point. It's been so long, so I need to sit down for a couple hours to myself, get my bearings straight, and get back into the game. And there's just so much to do, so many places you can go right off the bat. You can literally warp to the end, although you're just going to get hammered by the enemies. But I do vow I will finish Might and Magic. And mainly because I won't start 2, 3, 4, 5, or 6, or 7, or 8 until I do. And I really want to LP those. I beat the World of Xene, and then I beat 6, 7, 8. I think I beat Might and Magic 10. And I've done pretty much everything from World of Xene onward. I never beat 2 or 3. Or 1 for that matter. So I want to do the first initial trilogy for sure. Troll ME picked Earthbound. Earthbound, I had a lot of fun with that. Little kids running around saying words they shouldn't be saying. And of course, the lovable twat character. Michael Jeldson. Neverwinter Nights. Gristle McThornbody. He also picked Earthbound. Because twat. I think I watched that LP. Alright, so as you can see, we have all 72 commenters in a list here. And I just listed in order. Even listed the game that you picked, just for statistic purposes. And I'm going to use a random number generator. It's going to generate 2 numbers for 2 winners in between 1 and 71. And here are the winners. 51 and 43. I'll be a son of a bitch. Jack Saw Jack is one of the winners. And Final Giorgio. So Final Giorgio and Jack Saw Jack. Jack Saw Jack's actually never won anything. So I guess it's about fucking time. So, Final Giorgio and Jacksaw Jack, you can of course message me if you want a Game Hoarder beer glass, if you want to pick yet another LP soon to come, which will coincide with Ultima 8 and D&D Warriors of the Eternal Sun. We can get you a Game Hoarder t-shirt sent out. And yeah, so just PM me what you want. I also have the Divinity, I have a Divinity code. I'm pretty sure Jacksaw already has the game, so he ain't gonna want that. I also have a Wasteland 2 code that I can get you. If you want Wasteland 2, I have a Steam code for Wasteland 2, a Steam code for Divinity, and I have the Quest for Infamy. I have a GOG.com code for that. So let me know what you want. I'll leave the prizes in the comments as well. So congratulations to Final Giorgio, number 43, and Jacksaw Jack, number 51. Thanks for watching.